Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
I'm Mara McDonald. The corruption probe into Detroit City Councilman Gabe Leland has taken an interesting turn this afternoon as a new charge has dropped.
A water main breaks in their street, and neighbors here are at their wits' end. They've tried to call the city. So did we, coming up what the city is saying about how long it could take to fix this problem.
All right, Grant, those stories coming up in a moment, but we're going to begin with an afternoon of major coronavirus developments here in Michigan.
Cases continue to be at concerning levels today, with Michigan reporting 660 new cases and 7 more deaths. Initially, the state said the Detroit area was moved to a high-risk category, but now says it made a mistake, and that is not the case. The area has been under the medium-high-risk category. Now, the governor, though, did strengthen her mask requirements today, a move that is going to have an impact on business. And the announcement came that fall high school sports in Michigan will continue as normal, with a plan in place for coronavirus. This picture up on clickondetroit.com right now really illustrates this concerning trend. This is a look at the average cases each week. You see the spike that we had in the beginning. That takes you back to March. The drop, the drop, the drop, and now ticking back up in July. We've got all those big coronavirus headlines covered, beginning with Local 4 defender Sean Lay. And Sean, you're digging into the new mask rules and what businesses must do.
Not just businesses, but all of us. And guys, this is the second Friday in a row that the governor signs new executive orders to simply get more people to wear masks. So let's dig deeper and tell you all about it. Today's order telling businesses who have been left to enforce the governor's orders on masks to not really assume when someone comes in without a mask. Don't assume that person isn't wearing a mask because they can't medically tolerate a mask. So there has to be some interaction there. The governor's order last Friday said anyone without a mask is not allowed inside a business. So what do you do here? She says customers can tell the business that they can't medically tolerate a mask, then they're allowed inside that business, if that makes sense. However, really tricky for businesses here, not allowed to let people inside. At the same time, the American with Disabilities Act say if someone is disabled, a business cannot ask someone if they're actually disabled. So a lot more interaction at doorways of businesses now to get people to wear masks. August 4th primary, let's talk about that. The governor is saying today masks are now not required inside the polling place, but she is encouraging people that when you go vote to wear masks. We got to ask the governor about her mask up orders and why she is ramping them up for a second Friday in a row.
Right now was the time to tighten up so we don't have to move backward. We may ultimately have to, but let's get our guard back up. I think spotty compliance has been what's contributing to our increasing numbers. So let's tighten up now and try to get this going in the right direction again.
Back here live. 2 things to consider here. Businesses that we spoke with say making these announcements and new executive orders on Fridays. They don't think enough people are getting the message. The other thing is we're talking to officials in all of our Metro Detroit counties, and what they're telling me is that they do not like what they're seeing with the COVID-19 positive test numbers are going. So that is why the governor is stepping out again today on a Friday to say get those masks on to try to move in the right direction. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
All right, Sean, now let's get to the high school sports decision.
The Michigan High School Athletic Association decided fall sports will be played as normal, not moved to spring as had been considered. Rod Maloney, live tonight in Novi, where the decision is giving parents and students a lot to think about here, Rod.
Yeah, Karen, you know, it's a lot of sports, too. It's not just football. Let's run down the list. You got cross country, tennis, girls golf, girls swimming, volleyball, boys soccer. These are all the parents now who are at home going, okay, how is this all going to work? They are scheduled to go, and as things stand right now, they start practicing here very soon.
Summer travel baseball's in full swing. That's Nick Hansen of White Lake getting on base. Here in Novi, high schoolers from all over the region are playing tournaments.
I'm open to the idea of continuing to have sports for kids.
Nick's mom, Dawn, who is also a nurse, cheered him on, comfortable with him playing out here.
Be smart on first base!
She would not be comfortable if he played football.
A lot of fall sports like football or basketball, whether they're indoors or outdoors, have more of a contact, where baseball, you can be a little bit more away from one another and not have that contact.
These are very tough decisions parents are now faced with, considering some districts have already pulled the plug on school classes this fall, but the games can go on. Dawn says the boys like pickup basketball when not on the diamond. She put a stop to that.
I will let him do these sports up until a point where you feel as a parent that maybe it's pushing the envelope, and you'd have to make a decision yourself, yes or no. I have a son who's graduating. I have to keep watching every day whether or not I'm going to have a graduation party.
Governor Whitmer spoke with Devin Scillian today for Flashpoint this weekend. Like the Michigan High School Athletic Association that has said its decision could be changed come Labor Day.
The fact of the matter is our fortunes can change very quickly when it comes to COVID-19.
Now, the fact of the matter also is there are a lot of coaches and a lot of parents who are glad to see the football season and other seasons going. The football practices start on the 10th of August and everything else starts on the 12th. And a lot of decisions to get made here and a lot of kitchen tables around the state. Back to you.
So right, Rod, and to the governor's point that everything can change, that makes this really tricky for the MSHAA.
Yeah, what they have said is, look, everything is malleable here. And one of the things that they've offered is that perhaps if we still remain where we are in the weeks ahead, that maybe they have some sports that aren't as much contact can go and others get held off. And then they've left open the option of doing sports like moving some of the winter sports back to November and then playing the fall sports in the spring. But as it stands right now, the regular schedule is as is.
All right, Rod. By the way, you can see my entire conversation with Governor Whitmer on Flashpoint coming up Sunday morning at 10 a.m.
Well, after days of protest, the battle over in-person summer school in Detroit moved to the courtroom. There was a Zoom court hearing as the group, by any means necessary, was trying to get a preliminary injunction to stop summer classes. The attorney representing the group agreed to voluntarily dismiss the district and Mayor Mike Duggan from the lawsuit and then refile the case in Wayne Circuit Court. The attorney also asked for more time to amend and refile her complaint against Governor Whitmer and others by Monday. The next hearing is now slated for July 27th. The case against a Detroit City Councilman is growing.
Yeah, today the Monroe County prosecutor charged Gabe Leland with misconduct in office. This comes just weeks before he was set to face trial for bribery charges. Let's bring in Mara McDonald. Really interesting development here today. What do we know about this new case, Mara?
I think, Devin, what this means is that likely Councilman Leland's legal fate is going to be decided in a state court, not a federal one. Let me show you why.
Gabe Leland has been under the federal microscope for 3 years. Indicted by the feds for bribery in 2018, he's been serving out his term on city council while the case against him proceeds in the federal system. A case which was supposed to go to trial in 2 months. Then today, he gets charged not federally, but a state charge, a felony misconduct in public office, stemming from Leland allegedly accepting money to sway his vote on city matters. So, what's going on? I called Leland's attorney, Steve Fishman, who gave us this statement. Listen very closely. Quote, I am pleased that the government and I were able to agree to resolve Councilman Leland's case in state court. Mr. Leland made a big mistake accepting a campaign contribution in cash in violation of Michigan law. He accepts responsibility for his action and deeply regrets it.
Back here live now, Steve Fishman would not elaborate on that comment, but you look at that and see what he said, and it sure sounds like Gabe Leland isn't going to any federal trial. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
All right, Mara. A neighborhood on Detroit's west side underwater right now because of a water main break that has been growing by the minute.
It's happening on Berg near 7 Mile, and that is right near Greater Grace Temple. Grant Herms is there live. Grant, the water is just creeping up on the church.
Yeah, the water has not stopped bubbling up here. Folks say this happened 24 hours ago, and you can see still coming up from that broken water main. They called the city, and no one's been out here except for to place a few of those cones. Neighbors say it started around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, which is when they called Detroit Water and Sewage. They were told someone would be there to take a look soon. Hours later, still nothing. This morning, still nothing. And this afternoon, the water is still pooling, lapping at nearby yards of homes and apartment complexes and the Greater Grace Church parking lot. Most drivers saw the water and turned around, but others pressed their luck, showing not only had the street flooded, but it also buckled under the water pouring through. The neighbor who called the city before calling Local 4 said she wants this fixed before it reaches her apartment.
I called back and the girl told me she didn't know when anybody was coming out. So I'm like, what constitutes a priority, or emergency?
Now, we also called the city today, and they said they weren't notified about this water main break until today. Despite having those barrels out there, they said someone would be out within 24 hours. In the meantime, this water still creeping up on these yards and these apartments here, as those folks are hoping this water doesn't seep into their basements. On Detroit's West Side, Grant Herms, Local 4.
Hope. All right, Grant. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is fighting cancer once again. Ginsburg announced today she's been undergoing chemotherapy. The 87-year-old says hospitalizations to remove gallstones and treat an infection were unrelated to this recurrence of cancer. Ginsburg, though, says she has no plans to retire. She says she has kept up with all of her court work during her treatment, including writing opinions. All right, much more ahead on this Friday.
Hey there, Andrew.
Hey there, Karen and Devin. Certainly feels and looks like summer. Beautiful sunshine, temperatures well into the 80s, even hotter this weekend, but an air quality alert for tomorrow. We'll talk about this, the possibility of some thunderstorms in your 7-day forecast.
How does a local mother just disappear?
I worry something bad has happened to her.
A Mother's Day phone call, then silence. A mystery involving locations in Inkster, Lincoln Park, and Detroit. The defenders with the search for answers. What happened to Jessica? Coming up.
And more on the coronavirus. We'll look at the cases connected to a Metro Detroit party. They're growing, and a lot of the people infected weren't there. Priya?
Despite concerns from the local health department, Hillsdale College is going ahead with its commencement ceremony.